Good morning, everyone. Today, Group 14 will be presenting about the Toiletries department in Gaborone. Firstly, we'll be talking about the short-term analysis, which is for the year 2023 from the year starting in August 2023 to July 2024. The total revenue, this is the chart for it, this one down here. The total revenue for the financial year was 2,879.84 kg. The average monthly sales were 2,739.89 kg. Our highest month for sales being January gave us a sum of 3,316.82 kg, and our lowest being March with 1,643 in sales. Standard deviation, which is an indication of how spread our monthly sales were from the average, was 504.69 kg, indicating moderate fluctuation. Month-over-month trends, we have a notable dip from February to March of negative 41.45%, but then we have a strong recovery from April to May of 48.3%. Our peak periods were January, November, and August. An interpretation of the graph would be performance stability. The department maintained solid performance with sales ranging between 2,500 and 3,300, except for the sharp decline in March and April. Low sales in March could be due to post-holiday. Then we have the seasonal effect being high sales in August, November, and January, which may be related to school reopenings, festive season, and New Year restocking. We have low sales in March, which could be due to post-holiday allow or stock issues. Recovery. We have sales bounce back well toward the end of the year, showing resilience and a potential demand rebound. Recommendations for this data would be target promotions in low-performing months such as March and April. We should stock up for January and August, as these are our peak sale windows. And we should also analyze customer behavior during dips for insight into purchase patterns. Moving on, I'll be talking about the long-term performance analysis, which is from 2017 to 2024. Key observations are, in 2018 to 2019, we saw a dramatic drop to 3,287.62, possibly due to inventory issues, market competition, or data capture inconsistencies. In 2019 to 2020, we had a peak of 53,267.6 kg, which is more than 1.5% in 1.5,000% increase from the previous year. And then in 2020 to 2022, we remain stable around 27,000, which is this one right here. And however, in 2022 to 2023, there was a slight decline. In 2023 to 2024, sales rebounded to 32,879.84, which is a positive sign of growth. The compound annual growth rate, which is calculated by ending value divided by beginning value squared by 1/6 minus 1, gave us a rate of 2.8%, indicating modest but steady growth over the 7-year period. An interpretation of this graph would be the department's performance has been volatile, with one major spike and one major drop, but an overall showing resilience and positive growth trend. The increase in 2023 to 2024 suggests recovery and renewed demand, perhaps due to effective promotions, stock availability, or shifting consumer behavior. There is room to stabilize growth through consistent marketing, supply chain management, and customer engagement strategies. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Lamara Put, and I'll be taking you through the performance of the toiletries department in Gaborone, throughout across stores and in the store. To start with the internal comparison, from August 2023 to July 2024, the Toiletries department ranked third out of 7 departments, generating a total of 1.2 million in sales. It performed better than departments like homeware, electronics, and stationery. Customer satisfaction is also strong, sitting at 86%, which reflects good engagement and product relevance. However, there's still room for growth, especially if we take advantage of strategic promotions. Which is this diagram right here indicates the performance of the Toiletries department compared to other departments in the store. Moving on, looking at a cross-store comparison, Gaborone is currently behind Francistown and Calabar in both sales and year-on-year growth. For example, Francistown is leading with 1.5 million kula in sales and a 6% year-over-year growth. One key issue that Gaborone hasn't been consistent with promotions or restocking. This has also contributed to a higher return rate of 20% compared to Francistown, which has 15%. To address these challenges, here are a few data-driven recommendations we have. Firstly, we should launch bi-weekly promotions for popular toiletries to drive traffic and boost sales. Secondly, we need to shift to weekly restocking, especially for fast-moving SKUs. That's short for stock keeping units, which simply means individual product items. Thirdly, we should contribute with Francistown's team to understand and adopt their successful practices. Lastly, introducing a loyalty program could help us improve customer retention and encourage repeat purchases. These actions can help the Gaborone store climb these rankings, boost customer satisfaction, and even further the closing gap with leading branches. Thank you.
Taking you through the Toiletries revenue trends and contribution of Toiletries between the years of 2017 and 2024. General trends. Toiletries revenue has shown seasonal fluctuations, typical of consumer goods, with peaks possibly around year-end, which is holiday seasons, and back-to-school months. The revenue trends across the years is expected to be upward overall, but not steadily increasing, hence suggesting external volatility. The volatility analysis. So economic conditions during the pandemic years between 2020 and 2021 have dipped or become more erratic during the years due to lockdowns, reduced consumer spending, and supply chain distributions. The post-pandemic recovery between the years 2022 and 2024, modest rebound is expected as consumer confidence improves. Increased hygiene awareness has in a way boosted sales. Inflation and currency fluctuations. Botswana is likely, like other countries, is faced with inflationary pressures, which has affected product pricing and consumer choices. Some consumers shifted to cheaper brands or bulk buys because of irregular sales. Consumer behavior trends, rise in health and hygiene awareness has sustained some demand. Consumers may be increasingly brand conscious, favoring specific well-marketed products. A growing preference for eco-friendly or natural toiletries could shift demand within the category. So under competition and market dynamics, local competitors or discount retailers may have impacted market share. Introduction of private label brands, for example store brands, may have pressured margins and shifted sales volumes. So here we have contribution to Toiletries department, the chart as the chart is shown here. Department performances to stores and overall performance between August 2023 and July 2024. The key figures are the total toiletry sales shown here, which are estimated to be 32,872.84 per year, and the total store sales in all departments, which are 33,555.9 per year. And to calculate the toiletries contribution to total sales, we are going to divide the total toiletry sales by the store sales and multiply that by 100. So here you're going to divide 32,879.84 by 330,555.9 per day. And then you're going to multiply that by 100, which is going to give you 9.95%. The total interpretation of this chart of the toiletries department contributed 10% to the overall performance of the Gaborone stores during this period. This is a significant share, indicating that toiletries are a solid revenue generator, possibly a staple purchase for many customers.
My name is Mr. Leader, and I'll be presenting on the toiletries department revenue and the future potential and market projections of the job. As stated in the graph here, it shows that the toiletries department from January 2024 to May 2024 projected from 8,000 to a total of 60,000 revenue. The red dotted line here therefore states that the company's projections over the next 3 years, which is from 2024 to 2027, will be from 60,000 to 600,000. Moving on to the future potential and market projections for Botswana. Rising urbanization and hygiene awareness. Growing population in urban areas like Gaborone, Francistown, and Mau. Increased focus on personal hygiene due to health campaigns, for example, post-COVID. Demand for toiletries such as soap, toothpaste, deodorant, and sanitary products, and wet wipes is continuously growing. Product diversification. Opportunity to introduce eco-friendly, organic, and locally made toiletries. High demand for baby care, feminine hygiene, and men's grooming products. Retail e-commerce and expansion. Rising supermarkets, wholesalers, and online platforms, for example, Facebook, Marketplace, and VDCs. Potential to expand through delivery services on mobile vendors in rural zones. Partnerships with hotels and hospitality. Toiletries supply contracts for hotels, lodges, and B&Bs. Tourism recovery boosts demands for guest toiletries. Thank you.
Presenting on the toiletry department revenue, just be moving on to threats and challenges. So price sensitivity and economic constraints. Consumers in low-income areas are highly price conscious. Inflation and VAT impacts spending on non-essential toiletries items. Import dependency. Many products are imported from South Africa, China, Zimbabwe. And exchange rates, while it can affect pricing and availability. Counterfeit and low quality products. Informal vendors sell unregulated items at lower prices, affecting trust and the brand. Local competition. There are major competitors like Topies, Safalana, Shoprite, Chance. They all dominate the retail. And then there's pharmacies, Chinese shops offer budget alternatives. Moving on to competitive advantage options. Focus more on customer service, varieties, and affordable prices. It will be more easier. Build trust with branded packaging and loyalty programs. And we move on to the market projections from 2025 to 2027. In 2025, it was 8%, where it was driven by hygiene demand and retail growth. In 2026, it was 10%, which was boosted by product diversification and local supply chains. And in 2027, it was 12%, which was by e-commerce expansion and rural outreach. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Charles Proctor, and I'm going to talk about the SWOT analysis of the Toiletries department, also the growth strategies. I'll start with the strengths. Consistent demand. Toiletries are essential everyday use items, so they create a steady and reliable revenue stream. High purchase frequency. Customers buy toiletries more frequently than any other categories like furniture or electronics. Brand recognition. Well-known toiletry brands can draw customers into the store. The weaknesses. Low profit margins. Toiletries often have thinner margins compared to other categories. High competition. Local pharmacies, supermarkets, and even online platforms offer similar products. Stock turnover issues. Slow or overstocked can tie up shelf space and cash flow. The opportunities. Private label products. Introducing store-branded toiletries can improve profit margins and build loyalty. Natural products. Growing demand for sustainable and organic products presents a niche market. Online sales. Expanding to online sales or click to collect can also boost reach. Bundle deals. Promoting bundles, e.g. shampoo plus conditioner sets, can increase average basket size. The threats. Changes in income levels may push consumers to cheaper alternatives. New health or import regulations can affect availability or pricing. Competition from larger retailers with better buying power may undercut prices. Shifts towards minimalist or zero-waste lifestyle might reduce consumption. We're going to move on to the growth strategies. Introduce private label brands. Develop affordable, high-margin alternatives to big-name products. Leverage promotion and loyalty programs. Offer buy one, get one free or bundle discounts, or you can also use loyalty points to encourage repeat purchases. Expand product range. Add organic, hypoallergenic or zero-waste product lines. Enhance merchandising and placements. Position toiletries near essentials, food cleaning to increase impulse buys. Offer testers for new products and gather feedback to refine the assortment. Use data analytics to manage stock better, focus on fast movers, and also reduce dead stock. Thank you.
Performance for 2023-2024. So my question is, what are the positive aspects that you can report about performance during that period in 2023-2024?
Can I help? Can I try to help?
Yes.
Just from here. Please repeat the question.
My question is, what are some of the positive aspects that you can report about performance during the period 2023-2024?
2023 to 2024, I think the positive aspects looking at the performance recorded would be the fact that during these years the sales recorded by the toiletries department were able to surpass like the other departments, like the hardware department and I can't really see like the things there. And I would say that this was due to the fact that the toiletries are more in demand compared to these other departments. Unfortunately, the toiletries department was not able to surpass the departments like groceries, because obviously groceries are more in demand than I would say toiletries are.
And can I add one? Yes. This is also because we also know that while it's post-COVID era, so people have this thing now like, oh, there's improved health. People just want to be more cautious about how they keep clean. Like there's an increase in purchases of things such as sanitizers, wipes, things that wash your hands. Yeah, that's also part of the visit.
Okay. I was gonna ask the reverse of that question. Okay, let me ask it. What are some of the challenges that you faced with regards to performance within this period? Some challenges during that performance year?
The challenges the business faced is that the customer demand was currently high on groceries, clothing, and were quite lower than the toiletries department for that particularly.
Okay. Now on the 7-year analysis, which I don't see there. Okay. On the 7-year analysis, what would you say about 2019-2020? Looking at that it was your highest performing year.
Yes. 2019, 2020, yeah? This is the COVID era. People were in fear. Everyone was traumatized. Everyone was trying by all means to stay clean. I believe in the toiletries department, most of the sales were boosted by things such as the sanitizers and the cleaning, the disinfecting, disinfecting products because of the hygiene protocols that were put into place. We all knew that we couldn't go around without a sanitizer, we couldn't go around without wiping the surfaces in wherever you want to sit. So that would possibly be one of the reasons why the toiletries boosted. That's why I say we're this high.
So going forward, what are some of your strategies to improve performance and also revenues?
Going forward to boost sales in the toiletries department, I would advise the department to continue promoting things such as health and like cleanliness and hygiene, as well as also partnering up with stores which have recorded higher sales, and get advice and certain procedures in which they use to make sure that the toiletries department spikes in sales and it keeps consistent.
Okay. Any last additions?
Yes, sir.
We will introduce private label brands, leverage promotions, and loyalty programs in order to be able to increase
Potential customer revenue and potential market.
Okay.
and build customer relationship to increase sales.
We can also focus more on customer preferences, like focusing on products that we know that really attract people of a certain segment of people. For example, some ladies like fragrances or soaps that are vanilla scented. So in the ladies section, maybe so we can boost sales, we can increase more of vanilla scented products so as to attract more women to that place. And then for the masculine side, we can also put other products that make them smell good, because most people buy toiletries based on how they smell or how they touch things.
And then to add on to what she said, we could make sure we know which preferences our customers want in that certain area by increasing more like customer interactions and really working towards knowing our target market.
Thank you very much for your presentation.